What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Rich. Real Talk with Rich is back. As soon as I cut this off. What's going on, y'all? Good to be here with y'all tonight. Sorry for the delay. They had some folk visiting, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is when you have company over. They drunk up all the Kool-Aid, burnt up all the time, ate all the food. So and say, yeah, we got a little some fat-free water and a little energy. And so we gonna keep this thing pushing. Hope everybody's doing all right tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the Bitterroot interview. Shout out to David Walker, Sanford Green, and Chuck Brown for stopping us by and being gracious with their time. Please, make sure you pre-order the book. The last final cutoff day is tomorrow, so please make it your business to go buy your LCS or call your LCS and make sure you put this on your pull list. With that said, just want to get into the shenanigans on tonight. I have had a day. I had a rough day. I was in a car wreck. Some other stuff happened, and then I had to come do this show. So I'm good, but it's been a day. And I tell you, I am grateful to be here because I could have not been here. Nobody was hurt, thank goodness. And yeah, I probably will feel something in the morning. I don't know. I hope not. But yeah, like I said, I had a day. It was brutal. But got through it. So I'm here. Praise God for that. So and I know that you guys just had a dope interview or whatever, so I'm not going to try to lower the energy, but it is what it is. But I first want to just shout out and say rest in peace to Angie Stone, beautiful Black woman who lost her life, 63 years old, and car wreck. Matter of fact, you know, Angie Stone for me is one of those quintessential singers, old school, first hip hop group, part of the sequence. I mean, she's royalty. And so I wanted to shout her out. And I want to shout her out because she did a song a few years ago called Brother, where she was uplifting Black men. And she put that song out at a time when Oprah and a gang of Black feminists were demonizing Black men. And she put that song out saying to us that she had our back. So I'm grateful that she did that, because we don't get songs, bros. The brothers do not get songs. We don't get tributes, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. But Angie Stone was a real one, and she made sure that she saluted her brothers. She called us her kings. So may she rest in peace. Condolences to her whole family. Yeah. So, getting into shenanigans on tonight, just want to give you guys a quick reminder as well. Daredevil on Disney Plus starts tomorrow, or I guess midnight. I don't know if you're going to stay up to watch it, but the first 2 episodes will be out. So y'all check that out. We'll probably get into some of that maybe next week. Not sure. We don't know what the week is going to hold, but we'll see. But yeah, so y'all stay tuned for that. That should be dope. The trailer that they put out, seems like it's going to be a pretty dope show. And we did get the word that it's only going to be, I think, 9 episodes, when originally I thought it was going to be 18. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But either way, you know what I'm saying? It's good. Moan, what's happening? So yeah, I want to just shout you guys out. Thanks for Gordon Mohan, y'all hanging out with us. The Eclectic Blurty Niche. Thank you for your presence. 1 in 100 podcast. Salute, my brother. L Dog, good to see you, bro. And yes, it's good to be seen. And I am always better than I deserve. So Tron World, what's going on? Peace and blessings. Absolutely. Yeah. So we're not going to be here that long tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about some stuff and then, we're going to do some chat talk and we're going to get out the street. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a light show tonight because, like I said, it's kind of late, got a late start. So I don't, you guys have been here for, most of you guys have been here for over 2 hours already. So I want to be respectful of your time. And I just thank you for hanging out with me, you know what I'm saying? Because, superstars were in the building, you know what I'm saying? So you hanging out with me, that means a lot. So first, we're going to get into an article on Bleeding Cool, which is now Diamond Comics makes financial demands of comic book stores. Now Diamond Comic Book Distributors makes financial demands of comic book stores in wake of Chapter 11 bankruptcy. As part of Diamond Comic Distribution filings for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, as well as the money they owe people, they also list $22 million in debt from people who owe them. $1 million, which is labeled as doubtful or uncollectible accounts. And they also list $11 million in debts over 90 days old, $6 million, which is obscene, unrecoverable. One might note that if they could recover the entire amount, $33 million, it could go a long way coming out of bankruptcy. And not that they aren't trying, but Bleeding Cool, who did this article, says they're aware of the number of comic book stores that suddenly received surprise demands for payments of unpaid invoices dating back last year. However, when retailers go and look, they can find no such invoices. With thousands of dollars being asked each time, there may be a little separation going on. No wonder no one from Diamond was at the retailer event Comics Pro in Glendale, California, this past weekend. It was probably not the best place for anyone from Diamond to pull up and be at to confront 100 or 200 comic book store managers who had such a demand. So yeah, Diamond is in bankruptcy. We know that, right? And so they are trying to collect on some debts from comic book shops. This thing is kind of disturbing when you think about it because, we've been told that comic book stores are in trouble. And clearly this shows us that a lot of them are. A lot of shops that have closed their doors. But, Diamond is saying, hey, these guys haven't paid their bills. So that's we need that money to help us come out of bankruptcy. And so again, I'm saying, will they be able to collect on it? I don't know. But they did mention that 6 million of it seems to be unrecoverable. And so that's unfortunate, man. That really hurts. That's going to suck, when it's all said and done. Because you're talking about Free Comic Book Day and all of that. All of that, I think, is going to be up for auction and whatnot. And I just saw an article just a couple of days ago. One particular comic book company pulled their Free Comic Book Day books that are, I guess, coming out this year. So, it's one of those things, man, where, the industry is hurting. Diamond has been in trouble for a minute. Every week, comic book shops are experiencing delays, all that stuff, man. And it's crazy. It is crazy. But yo, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Life goes on, and Lunar is in the building, and Penguin Random House is in the building, and all these independents in the building. But hey, at one time, Diamond was king. And that just goes to show you what, a difference a year or a day can make when it comes down to this, for sure. Want to shout out my man Tron World and L Dog for the super chats. Appreciate you, fellas. Let's go.
Donation. It's a donation. I thought it was the trash. Don't be hitting on me. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So 1 in 100 podcast says, I'll be honest, one of my old shops in Jersey owed Diamond a lot of ciabatta for a few years back. So yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They not the only one. There's probably some shops here in Dallas, Fort Worth, some shops down in Houston, some shops on the West Coast. Yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is, guys. It's unfortunate for sure. H&H asked a question, said, could be things that Diamond has not billed if their Diamond accounts receivable hasn't gotten their billings out. Possibly, but this is, you know, this ain't a shipment or two. You're talking about long term, $22 million in sales that they could, or in cash revenue that they're saying that they're owed. So when a company is filing for bankruptcy, this is kind of bizarre that they're trying to recoup money, even though they themselves are in crazy debt. You file for bankruptcy for protection or to say that I can't pay. And this could be a ploy to, you know, saying that, well, you know what, the reason why we're in this situation is because LCSs or people who owe us money have not paid. So we'll see how that goes, man. Yeah. The Rex says, during COVID, Diamond gave loans to certain shops and now they're trying to collect. Well, there it is. Now, I can definitely believe that. I definitely can believe that. But a lot of shops did fold their doors either way. So it wasn't enough to save everybody. You know, 1 in 100 podcast says Diamond should have put Mickey Mouse in charge because he always collects. Yeah, I don't know if the LCS is one of the box full of Mickey Mouse memorabilia, Marvel, and a bunch of Star Wars books ain't nobody gonna buy. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes, man. Yeah, they calling in the debts. I mean, look, it's capitalism. It's capitalism. That's what happens. So, let's get to the next article. The next article is a cinema blend article where this guy, Corey Chizoza, sorry if I murked your name, says Black Panther is one of Marvel's most popular IPs, but I'm starting to feel it's just been bad news after bad news. My man writes that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is always expanding thanks to projects in theaters and streaming with Disney Plus subscription. All eyes are on the upcoming Marvel movies, but a number of TV shows have also been announced before languishing in development hell. Fans who have spent years watching the Marvel movies in order know that Black Panther is one of the most popular IPs in the franchise. Can we say 1.4 billion at the box office? Although I feel like we've been getting nothing but bad news about the project as of late. When fans rank Marvel movies, usually Ryan Coogler's Black Panther movies are high up there. For this reason, it was thrilling when it was revealed that Denai Gore's Okoye was going to get a TV spinoff. But Marvel exec Brad Winterbaum recently spoke to Pay and Wait, the MCU, revealing that the beloved Dora Milaje will not be getting a TV series. After all, as he put it, I love Okoye. I think fans of Okoye are going to be excited to see her come back. But I don't think it's going to be a television show. I can't say where and when, but I think there's a lot to look forward to. He writes, talk about a bummer. Guerrero has given outstanding performances. Okoye follow in both Black Panther movies as well as Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. She seemed like a great choice to get a spinoff, but it appears that the character story will actually continue on the big screen adventure and another big screen adventure. Although Winterbaum was careful to not reveal exactly when that will be. Well, let me just say this, that, when they announced that they were going to do an Okoye show, I didn't believe them. I really didn't believe them. It was, for me, it was one of those things, I'll see. Before I believe it, I have to see it. but I just didn't think they were going to do it. I really honestly thought that was just some chatter from some of the top execs at Marvel, and they were just kind of dangling that stuff out there or whatever. And because again, you know what I'm saying, Okoye in the MCU has been dope. You know what I'm saying? It's weird though, man, because the Dora Milaje in the comic books, you know, historically, they have never really gotten a lot of run. Roxane Gay, they did The World of Wakanda that featured the Doras in it. And the Doras have been in a lot of different Black Panther books, but they've never really been like up front like that. It was this story, or it was this franchise, Black Panther, with Ryan Coogler, who kind of pushed the Doras up front. And so, you know, I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? It's cool for what it is. But I really just was not thinking that they were going to do it. It would have been cool to see it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you could put it on screen. You could put it in 10 different movies. It still recast T'Challa. That's who we want to see as far as the Black Panther franchise is concerned. We want to see T'Challa, you know, in the story. So this really ain't hurt nobody's feelings. You know what I'm saying? That they canceled it or whatever. Because again, like I said, myself, I just didn't think that they were going to do it. It could have, but I kind of doubt it. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if can we get T'Challa back? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Rex Cole says, can't rely on Black toys owned by white companies. Well, you know, it is what it is. But I mean, you know, and again, I think that that's relative. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I am black pilled when it comes to this kind of stuff. Anyway, I don't expect Marvel, DC, or any of these companies to really give us what we want. I just don't. I can't get mad. I can't get upset. I can't muster. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't muster no emotion when it comes to this stuff. And the reason why I can't muster any emotion is because I honestly believe that that's not what they want to do, and that's not what they're going to do. Or can they be pressured to doing it? People been trying to put the pressure, been trying to apply the pressure. It ain't happened yet. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like boycotting. What good is it if you're only going to boycott for one day? I'm just saying. And since I'm here, let me just go ahead and put this out there. Shout out to all of y'all that was boycotting on February 28th. Yeah. And shout out to all of y'all that went to Target the day before the boycott to basically meet Target's marketing dollars. Anyway, I'm like, what was that for? What was that for? I saw folk line out the door because they said we're going to go out and buy all the black brands in Target, which is what they did, and we ain't going to be here the next day. I just like, bruh. That's this new generation of activists. Y'all leave a lot to be desired. Y'all really do. I'm just like, and then be on the internet, talking about standing on business. We ain't doing this. We ain't going. Then y'all. Now the word is y'all got a boycott tour. So y'all gonna boycott this company this week. Y'all gonna boycott another company next week. Y'all gonna boycott another company this week. Y'all gonna boycott another company this week. I'm just like, the black dollar is a joke. Can't nobody take us serious, bro. I just do not understand it. And here's the thing. You cannot be reactionary. So that's the one thing about the civil rights movement and that time period. Our brothers and sisters that were out in the streets really boycotting and really protesting, they were doing things with intention. They were doing things out of strategy. I just see a lot of people scratching where they don't itch and just reacting and don't have no goal in mind. And we have this locust mindset now where we don't have leaders. We just all everybody just gather in, just gather in and do this, gather in and do that. And there's no purpose. No purpose. Y'all gonna show all of these companies, that went back to DEI, that rolled back this, that, and the third. Y'all gonna show them that y'all are nothing to be played with. Man, all I'm gonna say is good luck with that. Good luck with that. Because if you're really about that business, it's going to take more than you not going shopping one day. The black dollar circulates in the black community about 5 to 6 hours. That's the black dollar. That's the black dollar, 6 hours. So if you can't keep the dollar in the black community 6 hours, where are you putting that money? The other 18 hours of the day. I'm just saying. Shout out to my man Herschel. He was doing the show, the morning show the other day. And he was talking about we should push some of these black billionaires to do more things around our stuff. And he named Oprah. He called out Oprah as one of them. And I I don't want Oprah nowhere near. I don't want Oprah nothing. I don't want Oprah Winfrey in nowhere near black men. If it's got a black man in it, I don't want her nowhere close to it. So if y'all want to give her a shot to do something like Nubia, or I don't know, just another Storm or whatever, fine. But when it comes to black male characters, no, I don't want her touching. I don't want. Matter of fact, I don't want her company. I don't want her brand. I don't want none of that stuff near her. Not at all. That woman made billions dragging black men in the 90s, in the 80s and the 90s. No. When it comes to empire, you really don't need empire in your business. We could do this stuff independently. There's Kickstarters. There's different ways to do it. We don't need to ask just because there's 1 or 2 billionaires in the room somewhere doesn't mean that you have to get your resources from them. You just don't. You just don't. Our hands are the best hands. Our hands are the best hands. I don't like pocket watching. I don't like people asking me about my money, me let alone asking about somebody that's got a bunch of money. So I'm just saying, y'all. So anyway, that's enough of that. Politics with Rich. So yeah, like I said, we're not gonna be here long tonight. So I'm gonna do a Rich recommends. Rich recommends is we I would like to do the Rich recommends with the videos and stuff like that, but it's just too much stuff going on. And instead of sitting on some of this stuff, I want to go ahead and just say, you know what, guys, if you got some money, if you're looking for some dope to read, do this. Go get this. So that's what I'm gonna do. So my Rich recommends throwing out there, and he says, you don't get to be a billionaire thinking about or helping other people. Wake up. They don't care about any of us. None of them. That part. It is what it is, y'all. I mean, it, man, people don't want the truth, Jeff. They don't want the truth, Jeff. They don't want the truth. So yeah, my Rich recommends is a Marvel comic, and it's actually uh, Marvel the Nam. If you've ever read the Nam, this is a comic book done back in the 90s about stories about Vietnam. Well, many of them, a lot of the Nam characters, well, not a lot of them, but some of the black Nam characters are black. This story, this is a 5-issue story, starting with issue number 54. This is the story of the death of Joe Hallen. Joe Hallen is a Marine, was serving in Vietnam, and he goes home. And he's left Vietnam. He's been released, did his tour. He goes home, but he can't find a job. He can't relate to the people that surround him. So he re-enlists, which is what some brothers did. He re-enlists. He goes back into the army or whatever, right? Does another tour. And this is just basically a story about him and his second tour. It's issues 54, 55, 56, 57, and it closes out at 58. This is written by Chuck Dixon. And so, some of y'all might have an issue with Chuck Dixon, but it's okay. Dude can write. I don't necessarily care about his politics, but dude's a dope writer. So anyway, but it's a story again about this Vietnam vet. He's a hardcore Vietnam vet. Matter of fact, he's referred to or talked about as being a hard case. And so he is interacting with this squad, and he's got his fellow Marines or his fellow soldiers back. And, it gets pretty, it gets real gully out there in them swamp patties and that kind of thing. And so the story is just a dope story about a Vietnam vet. And it gets to a place where basically the story is called The Death of Joe Hallen, and he doesn't die in the actual story, but it basically is like a death of life in him. You know what I'm saying? He's seen so much, and he's dealing with so much pain to where he's almost dead inside. And so it's a dope story. So if you ever come across any of the non-books, this 5-issue story arc is dope. Matter of fact, issue number 54 is pretty much a all black issue. Because again, this is a story that takes place in Baltimore. And so he's interacting with his family and friends and that whatnot. And so if nothing else, you might want to pick up that issue, the first issue, part 1 of 5, to get that or whatever. But a majority of the story takes place in Vietnam. But I think it's a dope story to check out. And that's the Nam. Black soldiers, they do their thing, man. So 1 in 100 podcast put a question up. He says, wasn't one of those characters in Venom by Donny Cates? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just know that, this is a book from the 90s. So yeah. So I did shout out to all my musical people. I got a box today. Things are strange when you get mail or when you get packages on Sunday. This came in the mail, and so this is a music thing. So I'm gonna open this up, let y'all check this out. I think you dig it, especially if you're a jazz fan. So this is the 60th anniversary of Love Supreme by John Coltrane. Yes, John Coltrane's album, A Love Supreme, is 60 years old. And they re-released this dope album. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up because when I saw this, I wanted to get it because it's on a commemorable vinyl. So yo, check this out. Black sleeve. And here it is. Clear vinyl. Yep. Love Supreme. 60 years old. Love this album. Yeah. Had it on CD, streaming. Now I have a commemorative album. Clear vinyl. Yes, sir. One of the podcasts, I just put my wife on the Mo Better Blues. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to my man Rico Jones. I was listening to Rico not too long ago, and he was I think he was hanging out with the Comic Hall crew. Shout out to them boys over there. And they were talking about John Coltrane, I believe. And they were talking about this particular album. And Rico was talking about how, pretty much this is like a gospel album. And it is. It's an amazing album. It's only like 4 tracks, but it is a beautiful, beautiful album to listen to, whether you're with your lady or whether you just vibing at the crib. It's John Coltrane's Love Supreme is a classic. So I got that in the mail today. So yeah, man. So now we're gonna go ahead and switch to chat talk. You guys can just ask me anything, whatever you want to talk about. I'm game for it. What's on y'all mind? What you're thinking about, what you're reading, that kind of thing. I hadn't been able to read much. Mawan says, have you purchased Blood Wars? No, I have not. The only thing I've gotten from the comic shop, other than my pool, is the wait a minute. I did pick this up. We interviewed Black Comic Laws interviewed Vida Ayala the other day, and so I'm gonna check this out. So finders keepers. So shout out to her or to them, and yeah. So I haven't really read anything else. All this stuff here is from my pool. Department of Truth. I'm reading that. Wonder Woman Absolute. Wonder Woman #5. I haven't read that yet. Justice League. This is the Black History Month cover. Yeah, Mr. Terrific. Shout out to him for getting ready to have his own book for a minute. And Batman and the Long Halloween. That's issue #5. The Last Halloween. So that's waiting for me to read. The Scorch. So I got a few books, not a whole lot. Pool was light, but I've been busy, man. School has been kicking my tail, bro. Between that and working and all the other stuff I got going on, it's been kind of hectic. Even tonight before I got on here and was and watched the interview with the guys from Bitterroot, I had a paper that I had to do. I was able to finish that up, and so hadn't really been a whole lot of time to read. I get it in when I can, but it just hadn't really been a lot of time, man. It's been kind of crazy around the way. So yeah. Since you guys are also here, man, please like the video. Please like, put some respect on the likes. I appreciate the super chats y'all gave. But please like the video. But what I am going to do at this moment is I'm going to ask Derek. We're going to get in the chat talk in a minute, but I am going to ask Derek to take us to commercial. And Derek, could you bring up Herschel's clip for our Black Comic Lord variant T-shirt. I got a Black Comic Lords jersey on. You can't get this. Sorry, this is a 101. This is a OG Rich special with the patch. But yeah, Black Comic Lords has a little merch. We teamed up with Winston's Wham for a dope T-shirt. And if you have not gotten your T-shirt, we want you to go ahead and get you one. It's getting ready to be warm, so I would say get you a hoodie, but it's getting warm. So, but get you a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sun's out, guns out, whatever. Just pick up some merch, man. You know what I'm saying? Support the brand. We got shirts with Winston's Wham. We got our own material on blackcomiclords.net. So, support the channel, support the brand. We need your help. We're trying to go to the next level. And we keep giving you guys dope interviews like we just did with Bitterroot. We could do so much more if we had more support. So I am soliciting your support. I'm soliciting your dollars because, what we do out of love, but it does cost to do it. My man Kevin Pitts say, it's cold in Detroit, gotta keep the hoodie on. Oh, well, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, now, one on the podcast, let me ask you a question. Says, what do you think about Miles going back to the Ultimate Universe for 5 issues? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I mean, I was talking to a guy in the comic book shop the other day, and I was telling him, I was like, the only problem I have with the Ultimate Universe is that, you know what I'm saying, you get people invested in it, and then you take it away. And then people are like, man, I'm tired of this regular stuff. Why can't I get something different or whatever? And they get tired of that. They want the old stuff again. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. But I'm good with it for 5 issues. I'm good with it. Tell a dope story, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy it, you know what I'm saying? Either way. I'm reading Ultimate Black Panther. I'm not reading anything else as far as the Ultimate stuff is concerned. Because I just refuse to be pulled in like that. If it's got T'Challa in it, I'm gonna buy it. So it is what it is. But, if Miles is going back there for a spell, yeah, I'm going to pick that up for sure. But anyway, Derek, if you could take us to commercial, guys, we'll be right back, and we'll talk a little bit more about what you guys got going on.
What's good, comic fan? It's finally happened. We're actually going to start selling our Black Comic Lord t-shirts. But not just any Black Comic Lord t-shirts. No. When we decided to do this, we knew we had to get with the right partners. So we got with Jay Winston from Winston's Wham, and we also got with the fabulous artist, Otis Arterberry. Anybody can just throw a cover on the shirt, but we wanted to make this special. So without further ado, this is the final product. Orders will be going out as soon as you guys get your orders in. So let's take a look. Now this is more like it. So what you're going to get here is you're going to get a Black Comic Lord variant with the Charlie Brown theme, but we're going with Franklin, and we're showing all of the dope Black key comics. Let's take a closer look. I can't believe they even squeezed all these keys together. As a matter of fact, I gotta go grab some of these keys. They got First Black Panther, Tomb of Dracula 10, which is First Blade. They got Black Man right here, which is a dope book. They got Gunhawks, Weird Fantasy, Brother Voodoo, several different Black Panther books, Lobo #1, Lobo #2. I mean, it is jam-packed full of key Black comics. Oh, and did I tell you, Willie Cordy Jr. is also involved in this project? You absolutely gotta buy one now. Speaking of Willie Cordy, he was also the artist behind the very first Black Comic Lord variant, which Franklin is holding in his hand. And don't get me started on his satchel. Man, I need that bag. We might have to negotiate a deal for a bag. Get your orders in now. Oh yeah, I'll leave the website to where you guys can order in the description and also in the headline. Make sure y'all go pick one up. Black Comic Lords, baby. What's good?
Yo, we back. Yeah, man, pick up a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Black Comic Lords is in the building. Shout out to my man Herschel. Looking forward to his commentary in the morning. Him and Dion, they do a morning show on Mondays and Fridays. So y'all Check that out. Also, while I'm here, let me go and salute and shout out my man Amir with 101 podcast. Please, please, please go check out my guy. My guy is dope. He has a lot of dope content on his podcast. Wherever podcasts are sold, check him out. You know what I'm saying? You will not be disappointed for sure. So yeah, so we back with Chat Talk. So whatever you guys want to talk about, yeah. Rex says, yeah, the new Ultimate stuff felt like homework. I didn't want to get sucked in. Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, comics is interesting, man. Shout out to my man Kati on the BCL squad. He hit me to a Batman book, Batman Dark Patterns. Okay, so you know, I'm trying to like catch up or whatever, and I can't find issue 1. I went to like 3 shops and could not find issue 1 of Dark Patterns. So I'm like, okay. And I'm not someone that just like, if I can't get the first issue of anything, if someone recommends me something, right? And they don't have the first issue, I get not irritated, but I'm like, I don't want to read starting with issue 2. I need, because what I'll do is I'll buy the issues, right? I'll pick up issue 2, 3, 4, whatever, but I probably ain't gonna read it until I get issue 1. That's a level of pettiness that is just, it's just gonna happen. It is what it is. My man says, been reading Stranger Comics stuff. My goodness, is good. Yeah, bro. Shout out to Stranger Comics, man. My man Sebastian. Speaking of Sebastian, yeah, Stranger Comics, you know, we got a little deal with them that if you go to their website, Stranger Comics, man, and pick up any book, a sword, whatever, there's a discount code. If you put in a discount code BCL, you get 10% off your order. Now, is 10% a lot? But it's 10% savings you didn't have. So, yo, support my man, Sebastian, who got the one of the dopest characters in Niobe around. You know what I'm saying? If you're into fantasy and that kind of thing, that's a good place to, and to Amir's point, you know, that stuff is incredible. That guy is a super dope writer. He's a poet. You know, he's an artist. And it shows, man, in that dude's, you know, presentation and writing, man. So, yeah, shout out to them, bro. Yeah. You're most welcome, sir. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. So, anyway, what else we got, y'all? I also want to see rest in peace to Roberta Flack. We lost her, I think, last week, week before last. And, man, yeah, Roberta Flack. I did a post about her, matter of fact, as well. She left us a sound. And that's all I can say about her. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to any Roberta Flack, especially that one album, Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway, yeah, baby making music for sure. It's good stuff, man. So shout out, rest in peace to Roberta Flack as well, while I'm thinking about it. So yeah, man, what else you got going on, man? What's happening in the world of sports, news, whatever? What you guys want to talk about? 101 Podcast says I've been listening to Roberta and Sheik. Yeah. G Mark Comics Rich. Okay. What's going on, Mawan? What's up with them Cowboys, man? I'm hearing y'all might lose Micah Parsons. If y'all lose Micah Parsons, it's a wrap. Y'all gonna get like the first, second, third pick. What are you expecting from Daredevil Born Again? Honestly, I'm going into it with not a lot of expectations. You know, Kingpin's in it. Kingpin is some people think that Bullseye is the best villain in Daredevil's Rogues Gallery, but I like Kingpin myself. And the guy that's playing Kingpin now, he's got that role nailed down. And this, of course, is they're pulling from not necessarily the Born Again story arc, I don't think, but this is where Wilson Fisk is the mayor of New York City. So I am kind of looking forward to seeing what magic they can pull off with him as mayor. I wonder if his kid's going to be in it. I am thinking that maybe we may get some more. Maybe we'll get some Elektra, appearance of Elektra. I don't know, but I'm not really going to it with any. I expect to see this or whatever, but I'm going to enjoy it for what it is. So, yep. Yeah, this seems to be coming from Chip from that Sadarsky. Yeah. So I'm hoping that that's what they do. When they named it Born Again, I was surprised that they would do Frank Miller's run like that. I mean, that's a dope run. They really couldn't do anything wrong. And I kind of felt like Marvel hit us with the bait and switch. But when I saw that Fisk is back as mayor, I'm like, that's not Frank Miller. But okay. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, again, I'm going into it with just entertaining. Robert Monroe Jr., what up? He says, rumors are that Damson Idris is going to be the new Black Panther in the MCU. Yeah, I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Now, Fatella T says, with shops closing, Diamond dying, and the big two messing up the name of comics, do you think it would be a good investment to create comics for indies? Well, here's the thing. The problem with creating comics for indies is that you're literally starting at the ground level. Now, if you intend to build something that is going to be around, or are you just interested in telling one particular story? It just depends. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there have been successful independent companies. Invincible, an Image title, you know what I'm saying? It's got its animation going and people seem to love it. Philadelphia by Rodney Barnes, you know what I'm saying? I need that to come back. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't gonna get no show, you might as well write some more books, Rodney. I'm just saying, give me some Nita Halls or something. Yeah, I know I know your podcast Run Fool been slamming, but I need you to get back to some of this comic book work. We need that in our life. Ain't that right, Amir? So there are places for independence. David Walker, shout out to him. He talked about Saga, as an independent title. And so, but you're not going to have a lot of Sagas and Philadelphias in shops or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you got something special, there's nothing wrong with it. The big two have the superheroes, capes and cows. They have the archetypes. They got the Batmans and Supermans and Wonder Womans and Captain Americans and Spider-Mans and they've been around since the late 30s and early 40s. So that's going to be, there's no getting around that. As long as they got people like me that remember buying comic books when they were 10 cent, 15 cent, 20 cent. We're gonna support Marvel and DC, and we may hate what they do, and that's one of the things I don't like about certain podcasts or whatever. Y'all talk the most trash about this, but that ain't stop you from going to the shop. That ain't stop you from keep going. Matter of fact, if you ain't have no trash to talk, you probably wouldn't have a show. You know what I'm saying? But again, it works for them because of the brand that they have. You know what I'm saying? If you're someone who wants to create content and you have dope stories inside that you want to tell, it doesn't matter where you tell them. It's just getting them in front of people so that we can read your story or see your story. That's the way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's beneficial also because if you're independent, it's your property. You know what I'm saying? Whereas when you go to a company, certain companies, I say, they want a piece of your IP. So yeah. Chillmonger, what's happening? He says, okay, let me get to Jay. Jay says, what Marvel DC crossovers would you like to see? Y'all ain't gonna like this one. On the cool, Black Panther, Red Lion. That's what I want to see. I could think of 1,000 others, but give me Black Panther and Red Lion. I would be good with that. Chillmonger says, make Yanu the next independent to break through, just like Invincible did. I think it's going to. I think that it's going to blow. I don't even think it's no question. I mean, they did the groundwork to make that thing successful. All that we have to do now is when it comes on is to support it. That shouldn't be hard. Now here's the thing: when you make that transition to animation, can you do books still? That's debatable. But to me, with a property like that, you don't even want to think about doing books anymore. Or if you do, you want to do scholastic books. You want to invest in young people, whatever, not in old farts like myself. So yeah, I think that Killmonger. Chillmonger. I think that's going to be. I think they next up, and I think they're going to blow just because. Chicago Vega says, as a fellow educator, are there any books you recommend for an African American literature course to teach from, reflect on, to break down to young Black audiences? 10 to 15 students, age range 18 to 30. Infinitum. Infinitum by Tim Fielder is an epic that I think that you would that kids would dig. It's a story about a king, an African king who was cursed with immortality. There's a lot of mileage that you can get out of that. So Chicago Vega, I think that would be one good book. He has another book called Maddie's Rocket. He's an Afrofuturist. So he's got a lot of stuff dedicated to that. So, just pick up some stuff from Tim Field. I think you'd be pleased. 1 in 100 podcast says, after watching the interview with the Bitterroot crew, I would love to see those guys build a milestone type universe. And yes, Mr. Barnes, we need another Blackula, please. Yes, absolutely. A manifesto says Black Lightning and Storm as a crossover. That would be dope. Now let me go. If let's see, who else? Who else would I like to see? Vixen and Storm. Black Lightning, and probably Sam Wilson. H&A says Miles and Static. Yeah, I buy that. James Thompson, Icon, and Silver Surfer. That's a dope one. I wasn't even thinking about the milestone stuff. Luke Cage and Blood Syndicate. If I'm doing that, give me Hardware and Iron Man. Let me see two rich, big head knuckleheads try to outshine each other. Tony Stark and Curtis Metcalf. I'll be here for that. I'll be here for that. Nancy the Spider. I'd like to read a crossover between Storm, Black Panther, Dr. Miss, and Vixen. Dr. Miss was king of the ancient African kingdom of Kor, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Dr. Miss and Dr. Voodoo would be cool. I would dig that. I would definitely dig that. Matter of fact, I would say Bumblebee, maybe Moon Girl, Bumblebee and Moon Girl as a mentor type deal. I think that would be kind of cool. Pericles says Icon and Blue Marvel. They ain't gonna put that much on. They ain't gonna let y'all. They ain't gonna let that happen. Game City Savior. We need to tell WB to make milestone movies between the boring gun movies. Wow. Hold up. Come on now. We have not seen James Gunn Vision on screen yet. All we've gotten is the Creature Commandos. And the Creature Commandos was all right. That was all right. It wasn't the best, but it was all right. I dug it. I really did. Now, the Superman movie that's coming out this summer, listen, when I saw the trailer and I saw Crypto dragging my man to the Fortress of Solitude, I was like, let's go. Let's go. I need this. I need to see this tomorrow. I need to see this tonight. So yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with that Game City. Dr. Voodoo and Dr. Fate. Yeah. That would be intriguing. That would be intriguing for sure. I would say Daredevil and maybe Daredevil and Batman. Though they've done a series, a crossover before though. There is a Daredevil Batman book. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing T'Challa and Bruce mix it up a bit. T'Challa and Batman and Black Panther. That would be cool. Top 5 indie comics people don't know about that should get a movie. Ooh. That people don't know about? I don't know. I mean, I believe that I believe Excellence by Brandon Thomas should get a movie. Bitterroot guys, they're gonna eventually get that taken care of. Philadelphia, we know, has been what's the word I'm looking for? Optioned. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think. We mentioned Saga earlier. I would like to see Noble, the old Noble book, get a show or a movie or a cartoon. I think he would be a dope. Brandon Thomas wrote him, Rodney Barnes, Kevin Greavy. I think they all had a shot at, and David Walker, I want to say too, all had a shot at Noble for Lion Forge. Yeah. So people know about Niobe, but it needs a movie. Yeah. 101 podcast says, I will say this about the gun universe. He's really putting the writers on high alert. If you can impress them with your pen, it will get greenlit. So all you milestone fans, the writers get to work. Mm-hmm. Now, 101 podcast says Quantum and Woody OG for sure. I would now you talk about a series that could be like a superhero, pretty much Lethal Weapon story. Black cop, white cop, black superhero, white superhero, buddy cop type film. That's what Quantum and Woody would be. Shout out to Christopher Priest and rest in peace to MD Bright. That would be kind of cool. I would like to see that on screen. Game City Savior says, I know guns work as the white boys say. It's just it isn't for me. The only reason Scooby-Doo was good as it was because WB interfered and saved the movie. Well, Gunn can go off the rails, but look, he say what you want about Gunn. His Guardians of the Galaxy, bro, he literally took wasn't nobody checking for Guardians of the Galaxy. But he made that a legit IP for Marvel. They've been around a long time or whatever, but I mean, between that movie and Donny Cates' run, they wasn't shining like that. But he made some magic happen with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, Ryan Salas, Crescent City Monsters. Shout out to my man. He should probably get a movie. I think he could get a movie. Jay asks a question: Says, will T'Challa and Zuri be the ones to bring the story home for Avengers and Aliens versus Avengers number 5? You know what? I'm really disappointed with Avengers versus Aliens, and I'm gonna tell you why. Not because of T'Challa and them and all that. They expect us to pay $8 for this book. If you want me to pay $8 for this book, and I'm talking to you, Jonathan Hickman, you want me to pay $8 for this book, I'm gonna need you to give me 30, 40 pages, okay? I need it to be worked, because when issue 3 came out and it had that $7.99 or $8.99 stick, whatever it was on it, it wasn't $3.99, wasn't $4.99, wasn't $5.99. I was like, y'all tripping. But okay. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it though, for real, Jay. I don't know if they gonna make that happen or not. It would be cool to see that happen on. I mean, you know what I'm saying, in the comic book. But I mean, T'Challa's right there. I mean, he's always been the guy that kind of comes through and saves the day, kind of like, you know what I'm saying. But we'll see. We'll see. There's something strange going on. I'm looking. I want the Black Panther to have a run. It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying. Evie Ewing has had her shot. Cheryl Eaton did 3 issues. Somebody y'all need to get that book to somebody. And at this point, I really don't care who. Can we get a book? Can we get a book? Because yes, I would love David Walker to write T'Challa. I would like Brian Hill to write T'Challa. I wouldn't mind Jeffrey Thorne getting a shot at T'Challa. But somebody need to get that book going, because I don't know when that's coming. And for now, the Ultimate Black Panther book is kind of like, it's kind of satisfying the fan base. But at the end of the day, if you're a comic head, you want comic books. The MCU stuff is like gravy. I'm good with it. I don't have to have it. My comic books is my meat and potatoes. But that's just me. 101 podcast say, he said, nah, we ain't gonna act like Guardians and Peacemaker wasn't dope. He says also, how many Bitterroot covers you getting, OG? I pre-ordered them all, but you know how that goes. I think we need to give Black Panther to Chuck Brown. Now, if Chuck, man, I know he could do some work with that. I would love to see Sanford Green just, do some work on Black Panther, art-wise. Yep. Cyril Eaton and Farad need to get a T'Challa ongoing run. Shout out to Cheryl Eaton. I mean, look, she was nice for those 3 issues. She was nice. You know, I don't know. Like I say, they kind of hush when it comes to the comic books. They got all this MCU stuff out here, but ain't nobody from Marvel saying nothing about a Black Panther run. I need y'all to get on that. Shout out to the Marvel brass over there at Marvel. I need y'all to get somebody on that book. We need to get that going. My mans need to be the king again. Do what you got to do, but bring us that book and make him the king. He can't be an outsider no longer. James Staten says, since Marvel seems like non-comic book writers do the Panther, how about Stephen Barnes? Nah. I know they did that with Coates. Eve Ewing had limited, but she did have some experience. Um, I don't know. I don't. I don't know. My last question: any update on Black Lightning getting more burn? I need more than the mini. No, we have not gotten any word whether or not they're going to extend the run. Chances are he's going to be in the Justice League Unlimited book. He'll probably be featured heavily in that. He may pop up in the Power stuff that they're doing later on. I think that starts in April. He may be doing some stuff there. I think Brandon has some stuff in the chamber, but is he gonna be able to like really, put it out? I don't know. I don't know what the sales have been. I think they have been solid, but will they be enough to like prolong the book? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I hope so. I really do. I really hope so. Hermione's laughing. Ultimate Black Panther 13. Your thoughts in the next issues coming up? It was good. I'm enjoying it. I mean, look, it's a Black Panther book. I mean, I like the story with Khonshu and Ra. I like this dynamic. Now, what's weird is that the Voodoo Khan, well, not the Voodoo Khan, this mystic tells T'Challa that, or she puts it out there that, you know, Black Panther and Storm are going to have a baby. But there's nothing going on in this run that's leading us to believe that. Or there's nothing in this run that's leading us to say, when y'all going to get to that? It's 13 issues in. You put that out early that was going to happen. We see Storm kicking it with Killmonger. That's what we've been seeing. So I don't know where that dynamic in terms of Storm is going to actually, if there's going to be any payoff. I don't think they've forgotten that. I don't think you can forget something like that. But I'm not exactly sure where the story is going at this point. But I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. Mine says my vote is for Brian Hill. I would hope that he would get it, but again, they may just want to keep him on the Ultimate stuff. I'm not sure how long the Ultimate stuff is going to be around. Now, Marvel had put this out about a year or so ago, and I reported on it here, that Marvel was going to start just doing their books in 10 issues. Well, this has gone 13. So clearly people are checking for it. People are buying it, which is why it's gone beyond that. People are enjoying the Ultimate Universe stuff. And I hate to say it, but it's just a matter of time for they get bored with it or get tired of it. Because that's what happened the first time. People enjoyed what was going on when they did the Ultimate stuff before. Then it was like, we want the new stuff. We want the old stuff. We want the old stuff. They brought the old stuff back. And so, but we'll see. Are you looking forward to Ultimate Black Panther meeting the other Ultimate heroes? Not really. Not really, because I don't necessarily see, in terms of T'Challa, I don't really see him being the focus. And like I said, I'm not reading any of the other stuff. I just refuse to. You're not going to give me Ultimate. When I saw the Ultimate Wolverine, they almost got me. When I saw the Ultimate Wolverine, they almost got me. And I said, no, you're not buying that. You're not going to add another $4 or $5 to your pull list. No. The answer is no. It looks dope, though. No. My wallet said no. In the immortal words of Bishop Bullwinkle, hell to the no. So I'm reading one book, one Ultimate book, and that's Ultimate Black Panther. I'm gonna get the book with Miles Morales, and I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna grab that. It's like 5 issues, but I'm not reading the rest of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not the Ultimate X-Men, not the Ultimate Wolverine, They say almost got me, but I'm not buying in. Jack says, I think this time with the Ultimate Universe, they know the end game already with the Maker coming back eventually. Yeah, I think that they've strategized it for sure. Listen, for whatever reason, it's money in alternate universes. Whether we're talking about the Ultimate Universe in Marvel or we're talking about the Absolute Universe in DC, people are spending their bread when it comes to these alternate universes. I'm enjoying I'm enjoying Absolute Batman and Absolute Superman, right? And so I'm not even looking forward to the next number one, Batman number one. I'm just not looking forward to it. I'm just kind of like, I'm enjoying this Absolute Batman. It's cool. I like it. It's a little different. I'm going to roll with this for a while. So when the number one does come out, if I see a sick cover, I probably would buy it. But am I going to go out of my way to like, let me get this, let me get that? No. Mine says Ultimate Wolverine was mid. Okay. It's a way to post ideas without disparaging or disrupting existing canon. I mean, to me, look, I'm going to be honest with you. The canon stuff is, I'm a canon guy, but I know that the canon stuff can grow long in the tooth. And you need fresh ideas and you need fresh viewpoints. And whereas some people think that, this superhero is supposed to be this, he's supposed to be this, and you're not supposed to do that, you're not supposed to do this, and I get it. But, as long as you don't deviate from the origin story or whatever, I think that you should be able to play with or expand or, just explore. But some brands don't get that opportunity. Chillmon said, you will absolutely see a sick Batman come. I know, bro. That's woo, Jim Lee. If I am a sucker for Jim Lee Batman covers. That dude, I don't know what it is. I mean, Jim Lee can write, he can draw other characters, but his Batman stuff, that guy's amazing. I kind of wish he wasn't a president at DC, and I just wish he was just a regular artist, just getting it. Because that guy does the doggone thing. Jack Parker says, it gives creators more freedom with characters and the customers are familiar with regarding the absolute and ultimate successes. Well, you know what's interesting too? I'm not a Wonder Woman fan or whatever. I've never had Wonder Woman on a pull list, but I am enjoying Absolute Wonder Woman. Absolute Wonder Woman is a horror story, and it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I've never really been a Wonder Woman fan. You know what I'm saying? I will buy books when Philippus is in it. I will buy books when Nubia's in it. I will buy books that, when she's doing things with other characters, whether it's Batman or Superman or whatever. I'll buy books when she's, and, I bought the Wonder Woman Historia book, which is like the history of the Amazons or whatever. That was cool for what it was. But I never really was a big proponent for Wonder Woman. But this Absolute Wonder Woman is amazing. It really is. It's different. It's like I say, it's a horror story. So yeah, if you want something different from DC, pick up Absolute Wonder Woman. If DC grabs, let's see, Milestone, who should Marvel grab? Well, they did. they did that. Milestone is a independent company who gets their stuff distributed by DC. That's the official story goes. But as far as like who should Marvel grab? I'm gonna be honest. I really don't want Marvel or DC for that matter, grabbing anything independent. I want them to leave them alone. Matter of fact, I'll be honest. I want Black Lightning. He's my favorite Black character. I would love to see Black Lightning be independent. I would love to see Black Lightning on a Image or Dark Horse space. Because even though I love what Brandon Thomas is doing with the book, and I hope he gets to do some more stuff with it. But if they could like sell that character off, I wouldn't be mad at all. He says, Eclectic says Marvel had bought the Ultra Universe with Prime and Hardcase. Yeah, that didn't go too well. Gordon Moran says Absolute Wonder Woman is fire. Have you read Jed McKay's Moon Knight? Yes. Yes, I am reading Moon Knight. Jed McKay, shout out to him. We interviewed him a week or so ago as well. I am definitely enjoying Jed McKay. What can you say? You know, it's funny though. Every other year or so, there's a guy that Marvel recruits or DC recruits, and they can't do nothing wrong. And Jed McKay is in that seat right now. He's in the seat that Chip Zdarsky was in. He's in that seat that Donny Cates was in. He's in that seat that James Tynion IV was in. He's the guy in that seat now. That Blood Hunt that he did was amazing. And the Moon Knight stuff is incredible. Because there weren't a lot of people checking for Moon Knight. But he got people to make that investment in that character. You know, Moon Knight was basically a cult book. Let's see. Collector says Malibu owned the Ultraverse stuff. Yep. Gomahan says second that Black Lightning being independent. Manifesto says I'm enjoying Absolute Wonder Woman too. Monty says I pay attention to what Disney has been doing with African studios and creators. We may see things in live action and comics. I hope so. I hope so. Speaking of African creators, man, shout out to Junie Ba. Junie Ba's back with Monkey Meat again. I gotta grab that. Jack Barker says it's the best Moon Knight run ever read. Takes the best of all the previous runs, adding his own characters to like Hunter's Moon. Yep, for sure. Yep. I mean, you know, he's doing his thing, man. 101 podcast says Absolute Flash may be dope. I'm gonna let you tell me about it before I add it. I'm gonna let you tell me about it. I got enough books in my life. I'm like, man, it's being a comic book person is not for the faint, and it's not for the broke. This hobby costs money. Whether you're talking about the books themselves, bagging and boarding, storing them, that kind of thing, bruh. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Can I be transparent? Can I be transparent for a moment? There are times when I want to leave comic books to just save some money. just to save some money, man. This thing here is wild. That's all I can say. It is wild. I try to transition and do like what my man says, trades and that kind of things. And I'm like, yeah, but this floppy, this cover is amazing. I gotta get it. So it's tough, man. How does Rich like Absolute Batman? I'm enjoying it, bro. I'm enjoying Absolute Batman. Jack says I buy trades now because it's just easier. It is a literacy investment. It is, bro. But at this point, for me, it's just look. I'm not. I know guys who buy comic books and don't read them. I think we all have did that in our life. We all buy comic books, but don't read them. But I'm talking about guys that literally go to the shop every Wednesday and they buy books that they have no intention of reading. They just literally buy the books, and because they have a run that they want to complete, that's what they do. I'm on the struggle bus with that. I don't know if I could do that. Just buy books and just, the style so seriously, go digital. Now I'm too bougie. I'm a floppy. I'm not bougie, bro. I'm not doing digital. I can't do digital. I can't do digital. I mean, it's okay to do digital, and I'm not gonna tell nobody here not to do digital. Do whatever works for you. But it's just one of those things where if I see something digital, right, and I like it, and I like it a lot, I'm going to want to go find it. One of the first digital books I ever read, comic book wise, was Adam, Legend of Blue Marvel. I read that first digitally. And so I'm at this point like, okay, this is pretty amazing. I need this in my collection. So after spending major bread to get that full run, yeah. So I'm being pulled, tossed to and fro. Yeah, just when I think I'll let they pull me back. Bro, it happens. It happens. Manifesto, Monkey Meat, think I saw that in LCS. Yeah. Manifesto, I did digital for a hot minute. Chillmonger says I read 99%. I mean, look, it works for some people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it definitely saves room or whatever. But when you've been a comic head like me for decades or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just so used to having a floppy in my hand. It's a call it a vice, an addiction, whatever you want to put on it. That's kind of what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny too, because I'll get a comic book, like say this one. Now, this is a book. I talked about this book last week on our Wednesday wrap-up show. I made this book a recommendation about this character named Jackie Johnson, right? This book is from 1967, okay? Part of the allure of getting a book like this from 1967, and as you see, it's literally sitting here in a pile without a bag and board, which is what I need to do to it now. But part of it is just literally like being a dope head and just sniffing the pages. It's a problem, bro. It's a problem. So let's see. It's just not the same of having a physical book in your hand. Amani Gordon says Amani Bronze Faces was fantastic. It was. I enjoyed that for sure. Would love to see that on a TV series. The collector says, think the old heads appreciate the feel and accessibility without having to turn devices. Yeah, it is. I tried to read digital comics, and Nancy says it seemed like the apps just keep getting shut down. Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys heard the news that the Dark Horse's digital platform is gone. They did away with it. James says there's something missing in digital. And 101 podcast is saying that I spent 150 on the trade for Blue Marvel. I'm struggling with the books, OG. Wait till you get into this week's episode. That's what's up. The shops just keep calling, bro. It's just it's dirty work, bro. It is dirty work. And you know what's funny? Let me say this, and I'm gonna wrap this up. So we are enjoying a lot of Black comic book content. I don't know if we really understand that. I think that Black comic lords is only relevant because of all of the Black comic book content that's available. When we started this during the pandemic, we was getting books and that kind of thing, but now it is literally a plethora, a buffet of stuff. Whether you are conservative, whether you are, you want to play in the African mythology box, you can. There are several guys like Sobo that's doing that. Junie Bard is doing that. You know, Morewa is writing a book that we've been asking Marvel to do in regards to Storm. It's kind of nice out here now, y'all. It's kind of nice, to be honest with you. And the thing is, I just want us to be very appreciative of the time in which we're in. Because, yeah, there's a lot to be irritated about. Yeah, there's a lot to be upset about. But there's a whole lot to be thankful and celebrate. Don't even say it like that, Richard. There's just a lot to be thankful for. Let me just say it like that. There's a lot of stuff going on that we didn't have 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I mean, this is stuff that started back with Milestone. And while I am hoping that Milestone fully gets its legs and begin to like really go, shout out to Joe Illich. This environment that we have is really because of Milestone and Anaya Publishing from back in the day. We have not seen this many Black independent creators, writers, artists ever. And so we just got to make sure that we support. We got to make sure that we continue to talk about these books, talk about these artists, talk about these stories, all of that. It's nice, y'all. It's nice. Is everything amazing? No. But everything is not amazing. Whether you're talking about mainstream stuff or not, people are wanting to or running to have these spaces in these pockets that we got, that we enjoy now. It's nice, y'all. I'm just trying to get back to where I want my comics to be fun. I want my comics to be fantastical. I want my comics to be funny. I want my comics to be serious. I want my comics to tell dope stories about dope people. That's all I want. I don't really want a whole lot of other stuff. You know, and again, I'm going to go to the shop and I'm going to buy Batman. I'm going to buy, you know, Captain America, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's Sam Wilson, Steve Rogers, okay, I'm with it, whatever. You don't want to be Falcon no more? Fine, we're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. I am not going to be on, I wish Sam Wilson was Falcon. I'm done with that. I am done with that. And I think that the culmination of that was me seeing Anthony Mackie place Sam Wilson as Captain America in the movie. It was believable. It was believable. I saw Cap Falcon on screen. And so while the movie was solid, it was not the best, it was solid. I have to say that I was entertained. And I have to say that, yes, now I can embrace Sam Wilson as Captain America. And if we never see Falcon again on screen in the MCU, I'm all right with it. Because there's Joaquin Torres, and if they make him the new Falcon and he becomes his sidekick, and we can get some Captain America and the Falcon stories, because that's really what I want to see in comics. If you're going to do this in the MCU, go ahead and make it like so in the comic books. But that Captain America, that last book y'all put out, that was not cool. Yeah, we're going to leave out of here on a good note, but I'm just saying, y'all do better. No, that Captain America book was not the lick. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. Greg Pak, I'm sorry, that wasn't it. Every now and then, somebody need y'all to get him on the bat phone. Somebody holler at him. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. I don't know if I'm getting issue 4. I'm gonna just keep it a stack with you. I'm you know. Oh, that was kind of hard to take. That was one of them hard to swallow pills. But like I told y'all on Wednesday night, I need y'all to read these books with me. If they're terrible, they're terrible. But we got to read them together. We got to support them. We got to support them, good or bad. Now, are we going to roast them? Maybe, maybe not. But either way, we're going to let's make the investment. Let's make the investment, y'all. Let's, thank you, Rich. That dang flying whale. Yeah, bro, it was just. Yo, look, I got to get out of here, y'all. I want to thank each and every one of you for hanging out with me tonight. I know you guys enjoyed the Bitterroot interview. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me after that interview. You know what I'm saying? You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here, hang out with your boy. And for that, I am grateful. So let me go ahead and give you guys the benediction. And the benediction comes from Proverbs, the 21st chapter, verse number 1. And this is what it says. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever it will go. From the stronghold that is Black Comic Lords and Black Superheroes Forever. It's your boy Rich. And until next time, we say peace. We'll see you when we see you. Y'all be blessed. Good night.